guys, I'm Allison. I'm the Pampered Wife. I'm 49 years old. I have dry, aging skin. I'm noticing more wrinkles, especially around my eyes. My smile lines are really deepening. I'm noticing product collecting in them. I thought I would talk today about an oil that is supposed to address all these concerns. Oh, because I also have a lot of melasma, the dark spots on my cheeks. I even have some in my eyebrows. So that's what we're going to talk about today is plum oil. You've probably heard of plum oil before, but if you haven't, welcome to the video. So the biggest brand that people know of, or that I had ever heard of or tried, is Prunier, which we will talk more about this exact brand. I know Chrissy Teigen recently says it's amazing, or she basically made it blow up. She did an Instagram story or something, is my understanding. But I had used this product a few years ago and found it to be amazing. Plum oil is exactly that. It is oil from the seed of plums. It's called Prunus domestica seed oil. It's been used for thousands of years in Asian culture. I believe it originated in China, and now you're hearing a lot about the Kakadu plum in ingredients, and that's actually a plum that's from Australia. So let's talk about what's in plum oil, or some of the nutrients in plum oil, because that is what we're here for, right? All the benefits of it. First, plum oil naturally has antioxidants. It has vitamin A, which is what eventually your body converts into retinol. It has vitamin C, which we know fights free radicals, oxidative stress. It helps with dark spots. It has vitamin E, which is also an antioxidant and known for being moisturizing and healing. It also has essential fatty acids. It has oleic acid, which is omega-9, and it has linoleic acid, which is vitamin F for fatty, I believe, and that's omega-6. So oleic acid is, think of like olive oil, and linoleic acid is like sunflower oil. So the two of them together work beautifully to moisturize your skin. It's going to hold in hydration. Oleic acid is wonderful for moisturizing, hydrating, sealing in, helping to heal and nourish. And linoleic acid is great for helping to turn over cells, help your sebum production stay at bay. It's really great for acneic skin. So between the two of them combined in this one oil, it's really good for dry or sensitive or acne prone skin. So the two fatty acids are going to help calm the skin. In hydrating and moisturizing, it's going to help wrinkles look smoother. Between the limiting oil production as well as the moisturizing aspects, it's going to work for sensitive skin as well as acneic, which I already said. Oh, another thing oleic acid does is help with penetration of other nutrients and ingredients. So you'll actually see oleic acid in a lot of other skincare products because it does help with penetration. It also helps the skin barrier reach a balance, so it really helps with your skin barrier function. Those are really the nutrients that are in plum oil, which you can see it addresses everything from oxidative stress, wrinkles, dark spots, plumpness, bounciness, hydration. So it does all of that, and the texture itself is really, it's not greasy, it's a plumper oil, like it feels a little bouncy. Well, before I show it to you, I'll also tell you it has a beautiful sweet scent. Unlike other products, it's not sweet like a strawberry, it's not sweet like aspartame or something like that. It's a gorgeous scent. And what caused me to think about doing this video is I recently received from Petitvour their own branded plum oil. Petitvour is a beauty store that has everything from clothing to skincare, hair care, makeup, lifestyle things. Vegan, cruelty-free, and they came out with a plum oil. It is the only product in their entire skincare line. So they obviously felt that this was the place to start, that if they're gonna make one product for skincare, it's gonna be plum oil. It is 1 ounce, 1 fluid ounce, and is made of 100% organic plum seed oil. At the same time, I also have Le Prunier's plum oil, which is 1 fluid ounce. Even though the bottles, I really thought this one must have more in it, the Petitvour, but it doesn't, because they both say 1 fluid ounce. So the Le Prunier has 1 fluid ounce. It also is 100% organic prune seed oil. Now this one is made on a privately owned farm in California. The farm, I believe, has been around since 1916, and I believe 3 sisters who live on the farm got into producing this. I'm not sure where Petitvour's is made. I couldn't quite figure that out. So one difference, obviously, is where it's made. I know, well, I'm assuming is where it's made because I don't know where Petitvour's is made. Le Prunier is cold pressed. They use their own special method of extracting the oil from the plums. So this is fascinating to me. Each bottle, this 1 fluid ounce, contains 250 seeds that have been cold pressed. I mean, that's a lot. Again, I don't know anything about the process of making Petitvour's plum oil. One last difference, and this is a very clear difference, Le Prunier is $72, and interestingly, Petitvour decided to make their plum oil exactly half that. It's $36. I don't know if the packaging makes a difference. Typically with actives, at least, you want an opaque bottle. I don't know how much with an oil it matters that this bottle is dark, but it's definitely translucent. So I would think for integrity's sake of the product, this would do better. Let's talk about the comparisons of how they feel. I'm gonna start with the Petitvour. So it's just funny because they both have a dropper, by the way, because I received both of these about the same time, and I've been putting the Petitvour on this side of my face and Le Prunier on this side just to see the differences between the two. I've been doing that for a week or so. So here it is. You can see this whole vial is filled, and there it is dripping out. And then I'm just going to show you on the other hand Le Prunier. But first, I kind of want to hold up, I think you can see the color of this versus the color of Le Prunier's. Le Prunier is a lot more amber shade, and I'm gonna drop 2 drops here. So here they both are on the back of my hand. This one is Petitvour, this one is Le Prunier. I hope you can see the Petitvour is actually thinner and the Le Prunier is more viscous. So let's start with this side first. Let's just go back to Petitvour. It is a paler oil. It is a little bit thinner compared to Le Prunier. It has the slightest scent that is hardly noticeable, except that I'm putting it on my face so I can smell it. It rubs out, is not greasy feeling. It's a little bit thinner, and it does a beautiful job of leaving my skin looking hydrated, moisturized. And then Le Prunier, whoop, it's starting to drip, has the most fabulous plum smell. It smells rich, like you smell it and it gives you the idea that you're putting something nourishing on your skin. It was that glorious yellow shade, almost, yeah, yellow, not amber. Amber? That gorgeous rich shade that looks nutrient rich. Rubbing it in, it's thicker. I was gonna say a teeny bit thicker, but it could even be twice as thick as the Petitvour. You know, they both spread around really nicely. You don't need to do any tugging or pulling or anything. And then it also just leaves my skin looking really hydrated, nourished, and feeling wonderful. I can feel on my skin when it's on my face a difference. The difference once it's on the skin, the Petitvour, there's like a layer still there. When I touch it, it still feels a little wet. Le Prunier feels bouncy and, you know, moisturized, but doesn't feel at all wet or slick. It's like it's sunk in, but is still there. whereas the Petitvour sunk in some, but yet it's still sitting on top of my skin. I don't know why that is. The only thing I can come up with is the extraction process is different. Le Prunier's is clearly a thicker, richer, more potent formula than the Petitvour's. That being said, there are no studies out there to tell me whether or not one is more effective. Maybe we don't need the product to be that rich and thick and potent as Le Prunier's to be as effective. Maybe Petitvour's is perfectly the same efficacy. I don't know. I'm hoping over time to see a difference. I'm just gonna keep doing this and seeing if one side of my face ends up really looking smoother than the other, or less dark spots or less wrinkly, or whatever the case may be, because everything else I'm doing on my face is exactly the same. At night, I sometimes will go on top of the Petitvour with a cream because I just feel like maybe because it's not as plush and bouncy and doesn't feel as moisturized as the side with the Prunier. Yeah, I was gonna say the plum oil with Le Prunier. I'm curious if you've tried any of these, you know, if you're finding the same differences or what you think. As far as use, well, I was gonna say just like any other oil, but that's not completely true because they do actually have some actives in them. So typically what I do is either apply them to a bare face, you know, just washed face, or if I'm using a vitamin C serum, I will put that on and then put this on. If I'm using a retinol product, I'll put that on and then put this on. So basically any actives I'm using, I will put on first. I'm only using one active, you know, in the morning, which is the vitamin C, and one at night, which is the retinol, which I don't even use every night. So I don't have a lot underneath it because I really want this to not have barriers between the product and my skin. I want it to get in there. I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. This is a much shorter video, but I felt like it's worth covering. We're seeing it in the media. I've been using plum oil off and on for years. I love it. And I'm curious to know what products you guys have tried and what you think, if you've noticed a difference, if you do use it. I know plum oil's in a lot of products. So if you look, you'll start to see it, especially the Kakadu plum has really made an appearance lately. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.